But yeah, I just remembered when I was looking around and my thing finished, after about my facetious comments yesterday about cats being cheaper to euthanize than dogs, and keeping them out of your garden. Well, and the dog in to a point. This is partly why, because somebody has said about, we did all this on Lurcher before. I have had cats. I don't dislike cats, but I've also said before, if I wanted cat shitting in my garden, I'd have a cat. I didn't end up getting a cat. I could have had a cat with this dog. She was brought up with cats. It's the right cat, as you often know. Well, you might not know, but and lurchers will often, if they are cat workable, will tolerate their own cat, but not other cats. I mean, this has been talked about before. It's probably the same with all dogs, actually. A lot of them have a natural inclination to chase, specifically anything that's what's the term? Not part of their family, basically, an intruder to their territory. But I did a lot of this planting to keep the birds safe, is the best way I can think of doing it. Because when I put that box up, the old chicken house that's now upside down on top of that thing, just because I wanted it out of the way, and I was thinking, well, something might go in it. Blackbird goes in it sometimes just to look around. I mean, I don't think anything will actually nest in it. It's too low for bigger things and too open, really, but it's more of a talking point. It's more a talking point. So I've grown the grapes over it as cover, and it also holds it up to a point. But they're loose, so cats can't get what can't they get? They can't get a good grasp on it. And I was thinking the same about, because when you've sat and worked things through, cats could literally they could go along the fence. They jump along there easily. We've had cats before. I used to work in a cattery, and I did my. Well, do you know what? We've just had cats. And how to do it, and it's the same sort of thing. Putting a thing that they can't get a good footing on, a good stable footing, to be honest. And the same this way. I mean, they could get through, I know, but do you know what? That's the gamble they're going to take. And the same with the dog. It's just loose enough to capture, a bit like a net. And she did chase one the other day. Because I didn't know when I opened the back door, whatever time it was, to let her out for a wee. Probably because she knew there was a cat in the garden. That's the night she was asking for imaginary biscuits all night and was whining in the bedroom, want to go out for a wee. And they often used to do that as well, and then just stand in the garden and look at the sky or something. It's like, do you know what? You're an arsehole. Why would you just bark for 5 hours and then I let you out and you just want to look at the moon? But they can get out under that gate there. If they're quick. If they're quick. We had, oh my God, I'll just tell the story again. When we lived here before and I think we had 4 lurchers at that point, because we did actually. They weren't all fosters either. We just ended up with 4 that weren't cat friendly because they're harder to home often, and we didn't have cats. They'd come with a history of not being cat friendly. And my neighbour's cat, who we did like, and it was kind of almost a shared cat. Well, cats are like that anyway, aren't they? Until we got the dogs. They got hold of it once. We'd come back we'd just taken the dogs for a walk, and we came back, and the cat had come into the house. We clearly didn't know that. You can't foresee everything, can you? So I came back, let the dogs off. They got hold of the cat as it shot out of the kitchen, and we got it off. We got 4 lurchers off this cat, and pretty much undamaged. Well, it was. And fuck me, do you know what? Then I decided afterwards, cats are so fucking dumb, because the cat came back a second time, and it happens again. 4 lurchers on top of this cat. Ugh. And we got it off a second time. You don't need it. No one needs this sort of shit. The owners don't need it. The other owners don't. No one needs it. No one needs it. No one needs it, do they, Dolly? She said, we need it like a hole in the head. Was it in your biscuits? The cat came in and was in your pot. Apparently, like, because when I first got her, I said, what's a cat status? And he didn't tell me. So we kind of worked it out. I introduced her some cats on the street, and she was fine with them. On the lead, absolutely showed no interest at all. Like, what's the word when they... I can't think of the words again. I run out of time. Like appeasing gestures towards the cat.